headed off to Angkor Wat for day one of a 2-day trip. This is the sunrise over the monument portion. But first, to the ticketing booth. You can buy your tickets online ahead of time or get them the morning of. Apparently it doesn't super duper matter, but we'll see.
Thank you so much.
A lot of people think of Angkor Wat as a single attraction, but in reality it's a massive temple city that used to house 1 million plus people. So today we're doing the small circle, tomorrow we'll do the big circle, and that'll cover a lot of the usual stuff that you'll want to see. Tickets are not cheap, $90 Canadian for a 3-day pass. That was a little bit of a shock because a lot of things in this region are cheaper than that. All we do now is go check it out.
You go inside after this temple, you a little bit turn left. You can see the white temple. 1, 2, 3.
Wow, so it's already very busy. This is a very popular thing to come to for sunrise. That famous monument in the distance. Very cool.
Angkor, in Cambodia's northern province of Siem Reap, is one of the most important archaeological sites in all of Southeast Asia. It extends over approximately 400 square kilometers and consists of scores of temples, hydraulic structures such as basins, dikes, reservoirs, and canals, as well as communication routes. For several centuries, Angkor was the center of the entire Khmer Kingdom. With impressive monuments, several different ancient urban plans, and large water reservoirs, the site is a unique concentration of features testifying to an exceptional civilization. Angkor is therefore a major site exemplifying cultural, religious, and symbolic values, as well as containing high architectural, archaeological, and artistic significance. So, we are starting off here today at the predictable but still excellent sunrise point of Angkor Wat itself. Angkor Wat is a Hindu-Buddhist temple complex in Cambodia. It was originally constructed in 1150 CE as a Hindu temple dedicated to the deity Vishnu. Some consider it the largest religious structure in the world, and it is regarded as one of the best examples of Khmer architecture. The temple complex fell into disuse before being restored in the 20th century with various international agencies involved in the project. The temple is admired for the grandeur and harmony of the architecture, its extensive bas-reliefs and devatas adorning its walls. The Angkor area was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1992. The Angkor Wat is a major tourist attraction and attracts more than 2.5 million visitors every year.
It's not even really hot yet, and I'm already drenched with sweat. Folks, maybe come here in December or January when they call it cool season. There's actually a number of temples all throughout this complex. So we're going to go see some of those now. Leaving the first stop here somewhere around 7:30 a.m. It's already blisteringly hot and very, very busy. Lots of people still arriving, but they are all bitches because we got here first. That's the way it works.
Last night I keep in the refrigerator.
Oh wow!
It's hot.
Ow! Cold towel. Wow, the frozen towel trick. It's a good one. Ooh, cold towel. Wow. Gotta go up these sideways because they're mostly worn away. Doesn't give a shit. Usually if you gesture at them with a stick, they're like, okay, I'm out of here. Okay. Wow. We're off next to Bayon. That one is awesome. Columns of statues of warriors and gods greet you. And here we are at the south gate. where many statues, warrior statues, and statues of gods greet you. The south gate is the gate that's most well preserved. As you can see, there's faces facing each direction if you look close. This gate is the least damaged, so you can still see some of those details.
Key.
Fruit for monkeys.
Yeah.
Oh.
But me too, maybe.
We're related to monkeys, I think,
They
right?
call Don Kai.
Nung Kai?
Don Kai.
Don Kai?
Yeah.
Okay.
No chemical.
Ah, natural.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good job. Very good for me.
Nice.
Color black is sweet. Yes.
Okay. Huh?
This one. One. Okay.
Okay.
But,
Ooh. So it actually tastes pretty neutral, but it has a bit of an astringent taste. Tiny bit like a note of dandelion milk, but not very, very bitter. Here is another incredibly famous temple called Bayon.
It was built in the late 12th or early 13th century as the state temple of the king Javavarman VII. The Bayon's most distinctive feature is the multitude of serene and smiling stone faces of Brahma, probably modeled on the face of the king himself, on every side of the many towers that jut out from the upper terrace and cluster around its central peak. The Bayon was the centerpiece of the king's massive program of monumental construction and public works, which was also responsible for the walls and Na bridges of Angkor Thom and the temples of Vishnu, Ta Prohm, and Banteay Kadai. But we will see those later.
These spaces here would have held statues that were looted by relic hunters. And here we've come to the Bapuan Temple, an early 11th century temple.
Also called Golden Mountain, the Bapuan is built on an artificial hill. The temple was originally dedicated to Shiva and later converted to a Theravada Buddhist temple. In the mid-11th century, it was a three-tiered temple mountain, and it was dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva. It has the archetype of the Bapuan style with intricate carvings covering every available surface. By the 20th century, much of the temple had largely collapsed, and restoration efforts took on an epic quality. A large-scale project to dismantle the temple so that its core could be reinforced before the whole is reconstructed again was abandoned after civil war broke out in 1970. The workers and archaeologists were forced to leave 300,000 carefully labeled and numbered blocks organized across 10 hectares surrounding the temple. However, the plans identifying the pieces were lost during the decade of conflict and the Khmer Rouge conflicts that followed. In April 2011, after 51 years of work, the restoration was completed and the temple formally reopened.
What do you got?
Buddha elephant.
Buddha elephant, okay. How about you pants?
White shirt.
Shirts, silk scarf.
Buddha elephant.
Yeah.
North Gate.
Angkor Thom North Gate, or Di Chiang Gate, is one of the 5 gates, also called Apura, for entering Angkor Thom. It is similar to the other gates featuring the massive Gopura with monumental smiling faces at each cardinal point.
We are now headed through Victory Gate.
There are still many sites yet to be unearthed, more secrets to discover. Here they are getting started on one such site.
The louder and more resonating that sound is by the cicadas, the hotter that means it is. This is truly a surreal place to be. It's very thriller movie, fantasy movie, Middle Ages ruins Earth kind of vibes. The mood in the place. The tone is thick. You can feel that it's steeped in, you can feel like and imagine almost thousands of footsteps taken through these stairs and onto the platforms and into the temples. And yeah, it's very, it's got gravity visiting here. You can really feel the entrenched, steeped in history. Tamanan Temple. This is Takeo Temple. It was made in the late 10th century, and you approach it from the east entrance. Very high, uneven stairs. Best to do a part crawl. Another incredible temple. Damn. It is so hot. Wow. Wow. Top prom. So stay.
Thank you.
Oh, cool. So this one, Ta Prohm, is known as Overtaken by Jungle Temple because it had to be pretty much hacked and dug out of here. Vines, ficus, trees, shrubs, grasses, moss even in the wet season had completely overtaken it. Imagine coming up to this and seeing it completely engulfed in moss and trees. Must have looked so cool. Wow. Really surreal, really cool.
This tree started growing about 250 years ago, well after the temple was here. But it is thus far having the last leaf, or laugh.
We're getting a lot of help. Does any of this here look familiar? In 2001, Tomb Raider, starring Angelina Jolie, was filmed in large part here for those tomb raiding scenes. And that is where she adopted her first child from, was Cambodia.
I finally put together why I felt deja vu.
Seen a lot of incredibly interesting sights. It's funny, the one that had the movie shot at it with Angelina Jolie was the busiest of them all today. But I didn't actually put together the reason it looked familiar to me is because of that movie. I don't really watch a ton of movies, and I don't know if I saw that one. Bantie Kadai. We know this by now. Over to ticket control, and then into the temple. I will say, this small loop, small circle tour, this one covers a ton of the spots that people typically want to see. Almost everything had a familiar name, a familiar look to it. So if that is what you want, and you only want to do one day, then take the small tour. I'm not starting to lose my focus for filming temples. I'm doing fine. I've been up since 5 in the morning. Okay, here we go. It's another one that was partially reclaimed by nature. Right now, an incredibly present smell of bats. Now I know this water feature here is actually in the shape of, according to this time, a yoni. And what's a yoni?
What's a yoni?
What's a yoni?
What's a yoni?
This Buddhist monastic complex is currently dilapidated due to faulty construction and poor quality of sandstone used in the building of it, and it's now undergoing renovation. Banteay Kadai had been occupied by monks at various intervals over the centuries until the 1960s.
And outside of Banteay Kadai is this huge, beautiful lake.
Kravan.
Last temple of the day, Kravan.
Kravan.
Did I do it right? Kravan.
Yeah.
Kravan.
Yeah.
They call this one the brother of Angkor Wat. This one is made of clay and no sandstone, so it's special. Do yourself a favor and be sure to do 2 or 3 days at least. Let's go and get some dinner and come back tomorrow for part 2. For Vegan Everywhere, sweating my balls off. I'm David. Here we are, right back where we started at the end of our temple day 1.